The burn down chart looked perfect. Day after day, the line stepped down. Then 2 days before the sprint ended, it flatlined. On the final day, half the work rolled over, unfinished. The team builds a beautiful baseline. It gets approved. And then, week by week, it quietly dies. The first update is late. The second one is patchy. By month 3, it's noise. The planner becomes a historian, documenting the past instead of forecasting the future. And when someone asks, when will we finish? The answer is, nobody knows. Here's the truth. Building the schedule is maybe 20% of the job. The other 80% is the update discipline, the loop that keeps the model telling the truth. Today, I'm giving you that loop, how to collect actuals that mean something, move the date, and protect your baseline. Welcome back to Catalyst Grid. I'm Kingsley Amafua, and this is Scheduling Best Practice Episode 7. Last week, we built the model and set the approved baseline. Episode 3 gave us the machinery, update instances, and the date. Episode 5 set our heartbeat, the update cycle, weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly. Today, that heartbeat starts. The maintenance loop runs every cycle, and it has a fixed shape: collect, update, compare, act, communicate, archive. Let's walk it. Every cycle, 6 moves. Collect what really started. Update the model. Compare against baseline. Act on deviations. Communicate to audiences. Archive the record. The rhythm itself matters more than any individual update. A schedule updated on a heartbeat becomes infrastructure. People plan their week around it. Trust compounds. A schedule updated heroically in bursts becomes noise. Nobody knows if it's current, so nobody relies on it. That's the death spiral. Protect the rhythm. Move 1. Collect the actuals. For every live activity, you need facts. Did it start? Actual start date. Did it finish? Actual finish date. Is it in progress? Status. The instinctive question is, what percent complete are you? And percent complete is the most game number in project management. It lasts forever. Ask the forward-looking question instead. How much longer to finish? Remaining duration. From today, how many working days until this activity is done? That question forces a different mental act. The person has to look at the work in front of them and estimate it fresh. Same crew, same conditions. What is truly left? 14 days into a 20-day activity, the backward answer says 70% done. The forward answer might say 10 more days. That gap is the truth you need. Collect it from the people doing the work in a short conversation, not a form they resent. Capture the why alongside the what. Waiting on a permit? Rework. Record it. Move 2. Update the model. Enter those actuals and remaining durations. Then advance the data date to the end of the period and press calculate. The data date is the line between history and forecast. Behind it is fact. Ahead is prediction. When you recalculate, the work reflows from that line into a new forecast. Rule 1. No work in the past that didn't happen. If planned work is sitting behind the data date unstarted, that's a lie. It must reflow forward. Clean it every cycle. Rule 2. Status what happened. Don't replan while updating. Keep the two hats separate. Statistician first, record the reality and see the damage in the recalculation. Then become the strategist. Replan deliberately as a separate act. Teams that fiddle with logic while statusing end up with a model that nobody can explain. Statistician first. Move 3. Compare against the baseline. Side by side, the model now shows you variance. Where you're ahead, where you're behind, and by how much. Read it in order. First, milestones. Has any forecast date moved since baseline? Milestone drift is the headline your stakeholders care about. It's the primary indicator. Second, the critical path. Is it still the same path? A shifting path means the project's center of gravity has moved and your attention needs to move with it. Third, float erosion. This is the early warning. An activity that still has float hasn't missed anything yet, but it's burning safety. Catch it now before it goes critical. Fourth, the trend. 1 cycle is a snapshot. 3 cycles are a story. Consistent slip means the plan and reality have a structural disagreement. Find it. Then, move 4. Act. Move 4. Act. Every significant variance gets an owner and a response. Recover, absorb, resequence, or escalate. Don't just stare at red numbers getting redder. Someone has to move. Now the boundary. Approved changes enter the model. Unapproved don't. When a change is approved through control, incorporate it formally. New activities, durations, and logic. Never reset the baseline casually to make reports look cleaner. That's destroying the yardstick. You'll lose the ability to answer, how are we doing against what we promised? Moves 5 and 6 close the cycle. Communicate the views on the heartbeat, same day, every cycle, and archive the instance. That archive becomes the project's memory, your shield. Lock in today's takeaways. 1. The loop runs every cycle. 6 moves. Trust compounds on a heartbeat and dies in heroic bursts. Protect the rhythm. 2. Ask forward, not backward. Remaining duration beats percent complete because it can't hide in the 90% swamp. It's honest. 3. Guard the yardstick. Status reality first, replan separately, and baseline changes only through formal control. Never to make a report look better. This week's challenge is a self-audit. When was your schedule's last real update? Heartbeat or heroic? Rumor or model? Own your answer in the comments. Subscribe because now that it's updating, we find out if it's healthy. Next week, the 10-point audit. Constraints, open ends, and the traps that make schedules lie. I'm Kingsley Amufua. Kingsley Amufua, your host, signing off. Do not forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Stick around for more impacted knowledge. Build the engine. Hand me any schedule. Give me 30 minutes and 5 checks, and I'll tell you whether it can be trusted or whether it's confidently calculating fiction. It's not arrogance, it's pattern recognition. Today, we begin the 10-point audit. Unhealthy schedules fail in the same handful of ways. The tool can count problems. It can't tell you what they mean. That judgment is what I'm handing over. Critical path, float, durations, constraints, and open ends. Welcome back to Catalyst Grid. I'm Kingsley Amufua, and this is Scheduling Best Practice, Episode 8. The schedule exists, and it's updating. Now we ask the harder question, is it healthy? A schedule can update on time and still be structurally rotten. Let's find the rot. Check 1. Interrogate the critical path. A believable critical path tells the story of the project. Design to procurement, to fabrication, to install. You should be able to narrate it like a sentence. If it's a list of trivial items, it's broken. Watch for the imposters. An activity jammed against a constraint can show 0 float and light up red without being on the longest path. It's not critical, it's handcuffed. Trace the logic from where you stand to the finish. That is your true path. Check 2. Read the float. Total float is your share of the whole project's breathing room. Free float is tighter, how long you can delay without messing up your neighbor. Both answer different management questions. Use them precisely. Now, negative float. This should make your blood run cold. It means the math no longer closes. It's the model saying, as currently planned, you are late. It's a fire alarm, not a formatting issue. Own it this week. Check 3. Challenge the durations. Where did these numbers come from? A defensible duration comes from an equation. Quantity divided by production rate. Ask owners to reconstruct the estimate. If the answer is a shrug, mark it. For uncertain work, use 3-point estimating. The PERT formula weights the middle but respects the tails. That extra day added is the honesty tax. The cheapest insurance you'll ever buy. Scan for round numbers. Real estimates are jagged. Check 4. Hunt the constraints. A date constraint tells the model, stop calculating, I'll decide. Most constraints are just frozen decisions. They hide problems behind 0 float and kill the model's ability to react to reality. Demand a birth certificate for every constraint. What real-world fact justifies it? Legitimate boundary? Keep it. No justification? Find the real predecessor, build the logic, and delete the constraint. Don't pose your schedule, manage it. Check 5. Find the open ends. An activity with no predecessor floats to today. An activity with no successor is a blind spot. You could slip it 6 months and the finish date wouldn't blink. The math is broken. Watch for virtual open ends. An activity where only the start is controlled. The finish can run long forever without consequence. Run the report and expect near 0. Wire every new activity in fully at birth. Lock in today's takeaways. 1. Trace the path. 2. Use float precisely. 3. Durations need birth certificates. 4. Constraints are frozen decisions. 5. Hunt the virtual open ends. 1 model, 1 truth. This week's challenge, run checks 4 and 5. Count your constraints and open ends. Post both numbers in the comments. I once saw a schedule with over 400 constraints. Can you beat that? No shame, just judgment. Subscribe for part 2. Out of sequence progress, leads and lags, and Monte Carlo risk analysis. Plus earned schedule, the metric that fixes earned value. 5 checks down, 5 to go. I'm Kingsley Amufua. Kingsley Amufua, your host, signing off. Do not forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Stick around for more impacted knowledge. Build the engine. Here's the scariest kind of schedule, not the messy one. The messy one announces itself. I mean the clean one. 0 open ends, a handful of documented constraints, a critical path that reads like a story. It passes every check from last week, calculates beautifully, and it is still lying to you. Because past a certain level, schedules start failing quietly, in the settings nobody looks at, in the invisible assumptions between activities, in the difference between logic and what your crews can physically staff, in the gap between a date and the odds of hitting it. Welcome to part 2 of the schedule health check. Check 6 through 10, the advanced 5. Out of sequence progress, settings that change your forecast and leads and lags. Monte Carlo risk analysis and earned schedule, the fix for earned values blind spot. This is the most technical episode, but every concept earns its place in plain language. Welcome back to Catalyst Grid. I'm Kingsley Amufua, and this is Scheduling Best Practice Episode 9. Last week, checks 1 through 5. Path, float, durations, constraints, and open ends. Link below. Run those 5 first. Today we go into the engine room. Check 6 begins where Episode 7's update discipline meets messy reality. Logic versus site facts. Check 6, out of sequence progress. Here's the situation. Your logic says B starts after A finishes. Then update data arrives, and B has started anyway. The site doesn't read your network. Now your model holds a contradiction. Recorded fact says B is underway. Logic says it can't be. Your tool resolves this using one of 2 settings, and the setting changes your forecast. Setting 1, retained logic. The tool honors the relationship. B has started, fine, but its remaining work still waits for A to finish. Conservative. The dependency is assumed to still bind. Setting 2, progress override. The tool believes the facts on the ground. B started, so it didn't need A. The relationship is ignored, and B's remaining work rolls on freely. Aggressive, same project, 2 forecasts. Most planners never consciously chose the setting. Know yours and write it into the plan. My advice is retained logic. It fails safe. Better a pessimistic forecast than one assuming dependencies were meaningless. Treat every out-of-sequence activity as a repair ticket. What is the true remaining relationship? Maybe B needs only part of A model that explicitly, and the contradiction disappears. The health signal. A handful of cases per update is a living project. Dozens, accumulating for months, means your network no longer describes reality. That's a logic rebuild, not an update problem. Check 7, leads, lags, and forbidden links. A lag is waiting time built into a relationship. Finish the pour, wait 7 days for curing. Finish to start, plus 7. A lead is an overlap. Successor starts early. Both share one danger. They are invisible assumptions. That lag has no name, no owner, no resource, and can't be statused. It sits there forever, even if curing took 5 days instead of 7. Time nobody manages. Health rule. If a gap represents real work, model it as an activity. Curing, approvals, delivery. If someone reports progress on it, it deserves a name. Reserve lags for dead time and document them. Be suspicious of long lags. A 60-day lag is almost always a hidden activity or a fudge to make the dates look right. Leads are optimism wearing a number. Scrutinize them both. Sweep for forbidden patterns. Start to finish links and logic on summary activities. Overwhelmingly finish to start. Lag short and documented, leads rare. That's a healthy network. Now check 8, physics. Check 8, resource reality. Everything so far tested logic. This tests physics. A network can be logically perfect but physically impossible. Logic schedules 5 parallel tasks, but you have 1 crew. Start with the resource histogram. Demand week by week against availability. Look for the skyline that breaks the ceiling. 12 electricians needed when you employ 6. That week, the schedule is fiction. Then comes resource leveling. Activities shift within float to smooth the peaks. This often pushes the finish date out. It didn't break the schedule. It's the first honest date you've ever seen. Slacks are gone. Risk is concentrated. Even without resource loading, check manually. Take peak months and ask, if everything lands as drawn, can you staff it? A resource plan nobody has seen is just a surprise scheduled for later. No sustained overloads. Check 8 done. Check 9, schedule risk analysis. Your schedule currently shows one confident, deterministic date. Uncomfortable question, what's the probability of hitting it? A date without probability is a guess wearing a suit. Deterministic dates are made of hundreds of estimates. Critical path math compounds them unforgivingly. Everything has to go to plan. Chases multiply against you, and dates carry less than 50% probability, a coin flip commitment. The fix, 3-point estimates. Keep them as ranges. Then a Monte Carlo simulation runs your project thousands of times. Each run draws random values. Bad runs, good runs, different critical paths. Out comes a distribution. Now you can answer, what's the probability of hitting today? What date carries 80% confidence? Which activities drive the outcome? That's where mitigation money goes. Commit at a confidence level, not just a date. Check 9, tomorrow's to-do. Check 10, the last one, earn schedule. It fixes a broken instrument. If you run earned value, you know schedule variance, earned minus planned value in money. Fatal flaw, money can't stay late. At the end, variance always goes to 0. Finish 6 months late, and the currency metric reports 0 variance. Earned schedule fixes it. Measure time in time. Value earned today. When were we supposed to have earned it? Project cumulative PV back onto the axis. That's your earned schedule. Say it's month 7, but you've earned what the plan expected by month 5. Your earned schedule is 5 months. You are 2 months behind, and the metric says so in months, not dollars pretending to be months. Late stays visibly late. Audit complete. Lock in part 2. 6. Out of sequence progress. Repair the logic. 7. Lags are unmanaged time. Make them activities. 8. Level resources and respect the date that survives. The uncomfortable date is the honest one. 9. Range uncertain work and commit at a confidence level. 10. Measure time in time with earned schedule. 10 checks. 2 episodes. The complete audit is yours for the rest of your career. Save the playlist. This week's move. Comment the word audit below. I'm pinning the full 10-point checklist as a single comment you can screenshot and keep. Use it on your current project. How many of the 10 do you pass? Subscribe, because next week is about the part schedulers skip: communication, turning one honest model into reports people actually read. Presentation matters. I'm Kingsley Amufua. This is Catalyst Grid. Build the engine. Kingsley Amufua, your host, signing off. Do not forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Stick around for more impacted knowledge. Build the engine. Let me describe the most expensive document on your project. Technically accurate. 40 pages long. And the person it was written for looked at it for 11 seconds. That is your schedule report. Everything we've built converts into outcomes through one channel. Someone reads it, understands it, and acts. If that step fails, the whole machine upstream was decoration. Bad presentation kills the best schedules. Schedules fail in 3 ways. Wrong altitude, giving execs detail and crews summaries. Wrong rhythm, publishing whenever. And wrong story, hiding bad news until it's too late. Trust disappears. Today I'm giving you the system. 3 report tiers. A publishing cadence that turns reports into infrastructure. And the discipline of honest storytelling with options. Welcome back to Catalyst Grid. I'm Kingsley Amufua, and this is Scheduling Best Practice Episode 10. We've built the model, set the baseline, and audited the health. Today, we design what actually gets published. Presentation matters. Every stakeholder has a different question. Success is answering that question at their altitude. The executive asks, are we keeping promises? The manager asks, what's driving the date? The team asks, what am I doing? Most reports fail because they show everything. Printing the whole schedule requires no courage. Editorial courage is deciding what they don't need to see. 1 model, 3 filtered views. Let's build them. Tier 1, the executive report. 1 page. Executives make maybe 3 decisions per quarter. The report exists to trigger those decisions, nothing else. Scoreboard and doorbell. That's all it wants to be. First, the milestone table. Baseline versus forecast and movement since last period. Second, the trend. Arrows showing if completion is drifting. 1 cycle is a snapshot. 3 cycles are a story. Third, the narrative. 3 sentences in plain language. Fourth, the ask. The most valuable line. Decision needed. By whom? And the cost of delay. No jargon allowed. Scoreboard and doorbell. Tier 2. The management report. Detail rises and the question changes. What's driving the date? This is for the leads and managers who run the week. 2 to 4 pages, maximum. First, the critical path told as a story. Fabricate, install, commission. Managers who can tell the story make better decisions. Second, the variance table, ranked by impact on the finish. Focus on what moved. Third, float erosion. Catch next month's crisis this month. Fourth, the changelog. Transparency about what entered the model and how out-of-sequence progress was repaired. This builds trust in the forecast. And fifth, resource histograms. Show the upcoming peaks where demand threatens supply. A plan nobody has seen is a surprise scheduled for later. Little enough detail that they actually read it. Tier 3, the look ahead. For the people doing the work, usually a 3-week window filtered to 1 crew or area. Full detail inside that window. Names, quantities, and resources. Field language only. The look ahead is a conversation document. It goes into the meeting as a proposal and comes back marked up. That markup is the richest update data you'll ever collect. It turns the schedule into their tool. Never show the field a date you know is fiction. If the model needs repair, fix it before publishing. The fastest way to lose site trust is handing them an impossible plan. Scoreboard, driver's briefing, work order. First, rhythm. Reports land on the same day, every cycle. Reliability turns a report into infrastructure, like payroll. Boring, reliable, and load-bearing. People stop asking, is it current? It always is. Second, honesty. Show trends, not just positions. A milestone 4 weeks late is a fact. A milestone sliding 1 week every period for a month is a trajectory. Trajectories are what decisions need. Snapshots are misleading. Never deliver a problem without options. Finish is 18 days late. Option A, resequence. Option B, second shift. This turns you from the person with bad news into the person with choices. Decision by Friday keeps both open. Here's the career truth. Your reports are the product. Stakeholders don't open the model. To them, the report is the schedule. Your credibility is compiled from what you publish being true. Protect it. Lock in today's takeaways. 1. 3 altitudes, 3 questions. Scoreboard for execs, drivers for managers, look ahead for the field. 2. Publish on a drumbeat. 3. Honesty equals trends plus options. This week's challenge. Grade your current report against the 3 questions. Which does it answer worst? My bet, it's the executive ask. Nobody writes the ask. Prove me wrong in the comments. Subscribe, because next week we take everything and make it measurable. The Conformance Index. A structured way to score any schedule's quality and turn that score into an improvement plan. We built it. Now we grade it. Kingsley Amufua, your host, signing off. Do not forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Stick around for more impacted knowledge. Build the engine. Is your schedule good? Take a second with that question, because most people can't actually answer it. They can tell you it updates. They feel like it's about right. But good, measured against a standard with a number they could defend to a client or an auditor, usually not. And that's strange, isn't it? We measure everything else on a project. Cost performance to 2 decimal places. Safety incidents per hours worked, quality defects per unit. But schedule quality, the thing that arguably drives all of it, gets assessed by vibes. He's a good planner. It looks solid. Here's the good news. Schedule quality is measurable. There's a structured way to put an actual score on any schedule. It's built from a catalog of the components a professional schedule is made of, and a conformance assessment. Today I'll show you that catalog, how it defines every part, how the conformance check works, and how to turn it into an improvement plan. This is the episode that turns 9 weeks of principles into a number you can track. Welcome back to Catalyst Grid. Welcome to Catalyst Grid, and my name is Kingsley Amufua, your host. I'm Kingsley Amufua, and this is Scheduling Best Practice Episode 11. We're near the end of the season, and look at what you've built. A model, not a picture. A fitting approach. Clean vocabulary. A baseline built-in sequence. An update heartbeat. A 10-point health check. And audience-tiered reporting. Today we step back and grade the whole thing systematically. Not does it feel right, but does it conform to good practice? To do that, we need the parts list. What exactly is a schedule made of? That's the components catalog. Think about how a serious engineering discipline documents itself. Every component defined, what it's for, and how it behaves. Professional scheduling has exactly that. A catalog of around 100 distinct scheduling components, each one specified. Once you see a schedule as an assembly of cataloged parts rather than a mystery, quality assessment stops being subjective. Every component in the catalog is described along a few dimensions. First, what it is. A clear definition of the concept. The activity, the milestone, the relationship, the calendar, the constraint. Every concept we've used all season. Second, how it's used. This is the important one. Each component is classed as required, conditional, or optional. Required components appear in every schedule. Conditional ones apply only when you've made a certain choice. You're never penalized for not using a feature your project doesn't need. A small unresourced schedule shouldn't be marked down. But the moment you opt into something, the catalog holds you to using it properly. Choice creates obligation. That scope set is the fair yardstick. Now the assessment itself, the conformance index. The concept is straightforward, even if a full formal assessment is detailed work. You walk the scope component set, and for each component, ask 2 questions. 1, is it present? 2, is it used correctly? Correct usage is the revealing half. The schedule has relationships, but are they finished to start, or a spaghetti of links and constraints? A low score isn't a verdict. It's a to-do list with the guesswork removed, which is precisely what most struggling projects are missing. A number on its own changes nothing. Here's how to turn a conformance result into an improvement plan in priority order. Priority 1, calculation integrity. The components that determine whether the model computes the truth at all. Fix this layer first. Priority 2, estimating and logic quality. Durations without birth certificates. Leads and lags standing in for real activities. Priority 3 is the analytical layer. Resource loading. Priority 4 is the presentation layer. Communicating a broken schedule just spreads errors. One more shift. The real power here isn't the one-time audit. It's the trend. Bake it into the rhythm. Set a monthly cadence. A conformance score that climbs over the project's life tells you the schedule is maturing, gaps closing, discipline compounding. A score that decays tells you the model is drifting under the pressure of hurried updates. The score catches the rot before it reaches the forecast. It signals that the schedule is managed by someone who measures their own work. That's the difference between claiming it's good and proving it. Let's lock in today's takeaways. 1. A schedule is an assembly of components. 2. The conformance assessment gives you a defensible number. 3. Fix gaps in order. This week's challenge: run a self-assessment, comment the word scorecard, and I'll pin a checklist. Kingsley Amufua, your host, signing off. Do not forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Stick around for more impacted knowledge. I'm Kingsley Amufua. This is Catalyst Grid. Build the engine. 2 years from now, a room you've never seen. Lawyers on both sides. An expert witness with your project's history on the wall. And the question hanging over the room, worth millions, is simple. When the project ran late, whose fault was it? The owner's changes. The contractor's productivity. Whether nobody controlled. The records are the only honest answer. Welcome to Forensic Schedule Analysis, the moment your schedule stops being a planning tool and becomes evidence. Every disciplined habit from this series, the locked baseline, archived instances, documented changes, was building your defense. Today, what forensic analysis actually is, why boring habits win cases, and a 90-day plan to put this to work on your project. Welcome to Catalyst Grid, and my name is Kingsley Amufua, your host. This is Scheduling Best Practice, Episode 12, the finale. 11 episodes ago, we started with a simple idea. A schedule is not a picture, it's a living model. Today, we finish the arc. Today, we answer, why does this discipline matter so much? Because one day, you may need to prove exactly what happened. Forensic schedule analysis is the investigation of what happened after the fact, using CPM methods to understand responsibility for delays. It comes out when projects go wrong in expensive ways, delay claims, disputes over who owes whom, requests for extensions of time, or in the healthiest case, a serious lessons learned review where an organization genuinely wants to know why. Every method depends on records. On any real project, many things go wrong at once. Supplier slips, rain, late changes. Forensic analysis untangles that knot. We distinguish critical path delays from those that consume float, but change nothing. That distinction is worth real money here. Some methods compare as planned to as built. Some insert delay events. Every method depends entirely on the quality of your records. The quality and completeness of the scheduled records you kept while the work was happening is where you come in, long before any dispute. Remember the archived instances? In a dispute, that archive is gold. It's a time-stamped record of exactly what everyone knew and when. An analyst can walk through your instances and watch the critical path move in real time. Watch a supplier's slip first appear. Remember the locked baseline? A baseline quietly reset 3 times proves nothing. Refusing the quiet re-baseline makes your position credible. Remember capturing the why alongside the what. Those little notes logged at the time become the narrative thread that assigns cause. Approved changes, dated and recorded, are clean markers of owner-driven impact, separated cleanly from your own performance. Justice in a scheduled dispute doesn't go to who was right. It goes to who can prove it. The truth, well recorded, protects you. Let's see the whole arc. It started with a mindset, a model, not a picture. Then the setup, approach, vocabulary, and agile instruments. Then the build, management plan, the 9-step baseline, the maintenance loop, and the 10-point health check, layer by layer. The payoff, reporting, conformance scoring, and today, your records becoming evidence. One discipline, revealed one layer at a time. Now the part that turns knowledge into results. A 90-day plan. A series you applied changes your career. 3 phases, 30 days each. Days 1 to 30, foundations and triage. Write your schedule management plan, even a lightweight one. Rock the 12 decisions from episode 5. Second, triage your schedule. Run the fastest health checks from episode 8. Close your open ends and justify your constraints. Starting Monday, nothing else matters until the model calculates the truth. Don't move to month 2 until the model is sound. A clean foundation is everything. Days 31 to 60, rhythm and records. Establish the update loop as a non-negotiable heartbeat. Archive every single instance. This protects you. Upgrade your reporting to the 3 tiers from episode 10. Exec view, manager story, and field look ahead. Now your schedule is trustworthy. Days 61 to 90, analysis and maturity. Run a conformance assessment, then add one analytical capability your project actually needs. Build histograms and level them if resources are tight. Run your first risk analysis and quote dates with confidence, not false precision. 90 days, a plan, a sound model, a living rhythm, and measured quality. That's not just a tidy schedule, it's a transformed practice. If you've watched all 12 of these, thank you. You came to get better at something hard and unglamorous. Build a model, not a picture. Do that, protect it, and you become the person every project is desperate to find. Go build something that finishes on time. Kingsley Amufua, your host, signing off. Do not forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Stick around for more impacted knowledge. The full series is a playlist. Tell me in the comments which episode changed how you work. I read them, and your patterns shape what's next. Vote in the poll for the next series: risk management, earned value, or stakeholder communication. Let's pick the next thing to master together. Subscribe so you're here when it drops. Thank you for building better schedules with me. I'm Kingsley Amufua. This is Catalyst Grid. Build the engine.